Hello YouTube, it is Dave, it is the Rise of a Nation, it's episode 36, and today we have a few massive games. We have OB, Vigil, and I'm going to give you the HB Coach game as well, because that's in 4 games time, and I'll recap that Sonder game in between all of it. I will also go and talk about something that I think a few people would have noticed by now. Damien, where's the Denmark job? Damien, the challenge is when you get the first division, you need to be in Denmark. Yeah, I'm in the Superliga. Only problem is I forgot to give myself, because I base it on real life, except for the Continental Pro licenses, because I'm not even doing a full journeyman. If I did it in real life, I have a National C license in real life, right? And I played soccer at a regional level, right? Never had a contract, like the non-league professional levels here in Australia. You know, I sat on the bench, never played amateurs, and then when my club went to that regional level, I sat on the bench, and that was it, right? Anyhow, so we give ourselves a very low level of professional / semi-professional football. We kind of slash between the two. Anyhow, what I'm saying is I base on myself, and I forgot, I need to get the Denmark job, that I forgot to change this. Because of that, it means my reputation is minimal, as you can see here, but 2-star. I went for the Denmark job and then realised, hang on a second, they're, top 20 in the world, every 4-star coach is going to go for it. Michael Lovedrop has the job as of right now. So I think the plan for the Denmark thing is, and I like it because it's realistic, right? We're going to go and just try and stay up this year. It is the goal, right? And at the same time of us trying to go and stay up this year, we really need to focus on being at home and making sure everything at home works. Second thing is the Denmark FA in real life going to go, oh yeah, he just got promoted twice, I'm going to go give him the thing? No, they're going to wait to see how I go in the league and everything like that as well. There'll be a time and a place where I will definitely move for the Denmark job and get Michael Laudrup out. Laudrup wasn't in charge. I feel for the guy that was, because I did the good old add a manager, retire him, jobs available, go and apply. And I don't want to have 2 managers as well. I want to have the same manager like I did in Iceland, right? The Icelandic job came up. I actually went for it, and not a problem, it fit very well towards the end of that save, right? Here, I really want the job, that I will add and retire a manager to get the job available. And I just hope when I get to 3-star, 3.5-star potential, which will reputation, which will happen by A, staying up in the division, B, going on a bit of a deeper cup run, and then hopefully in the next few years go and make the semi-final or final of the cup and start pushing for Europe, if we stay up this season, of course, then I'll have the job just before the World Cup. And hey, if I miss the 2026 World Cup, so be it. Because to be quite frank, in real life, I don't think they're really close enough to, win the World Cup in 2026 anyway, Denmark. But you never know. It would be one more round of World Cup lost in the challenge. And, it could probably give us a lesser time frame to win the World Cup. I still think, though, that we're going to be a long way from winning the Champions League in 2026. So we are really easy there as well. In terms of our results since we last met as well, I said I wanted to be on 4 points. I am. And I'm a little bit disappointed with that, but we'll recap as to why. Obviously, in the opening day, we lost 2-1. I said this Rangers game was important. We went out there, boys, and oh boy, did we go out there and did we play well. We absolutely dominated Rangers. I was going to show you like this. I'm going to show you like that. I'll show you like this. We dominated Rangers, and we looked really good. 12 shots, 10, played quite positive. And look, it is what it is. One of these goals here, 1 goal of the month. Rami Wilson getting his first goal for the club as well. And Zahora and Frank's goal being goal of the month, did get their first of the season as well. There we go. Anyhow, last one with a good ball into the channel. Zahora beats his man and does him in. It's a good save from Odinson and it falls in. The second one here, though, is a pretty nice goal here from Zahora. We win it back. We kept the ball for ages. In the end, we work it around. The Shug has now got 2 assists and a goal in the division. Unfortunately for him, though, Bumnajar is starting. He's come back from international duty. The Shug had a poor one in the 4-1 loss that I'm going to show you here as well. And win that 4-1 loss. This is the goal, that 1 goal of the month. It's a good run. He beats a heap and goes on a nice run and slots it across the keeper. I understand why it wins goal of the month, but there's also probably lack of goals of the month. We then lost 4-1 to Bromby, and the stats are going to say something different in this game. The stats are going to say, hey, you didn't play bad and you looked okay. The first thing I'm going to say, no excuses, we were poor defensively, but this is broken. And I hope they never play it again, and I hope I never see it again, because it's just broken. Literally, they won the ball and everything, they went long, and it was 3 against 3 and game over, and Callum Roberts had a shocker, right? Callum Roberts is not having a good year at all. He's on a big amount of money because he's a key prospect here. Didn't have the greatest of year last year, and he's having a poor year this year. That it's getting to the stage that If I sign a right back, I don't mind if he replaces Callum, and if Callum gets upset, I don't mind selling him, which is a shame because he's a good kid. But yeah, it is what it is. I will show you our goal here, though. Dush did score a really nice goal in the 90th, but the stats will tell you that we didn't play bad going forward. And on a different day, we might have finished this game 4-3, it might have been 4-4. And as I did say before this game, it's important to keep our goal difference because it acts as an extra point buffer. This game really hurts that. In the end, though, this is not the highlight game. If you want to show me the highlight, that would be great. Nope. Typical. I hate when it does this stuff, too. Here we go. There we are. It's a good run and a good finish here. And it's a really nice taken goal by the youngster. Ben Nielsen starting to come back from injury. I'm actually going to keep Ben in the 19s for about a month or so to get some goal-scoring form back. And there we go. Then in the AAB game, who are having a pretty poor year, right, we dominated from start to finish and numerous times. Zahora was an absolute goal threat. He could have had a hat-trick, could have had 4. Bum the jar, I will say. Only got a 7.1. Everything came through him. He looked amazing. Drops deep to get on the ball. Goes beyond to get on the ball. And his ball for this goal is absolutely delicious. Unfortunately for us, Callum Roberts, though, from a corner decides to shove Ross in the penalty spot. And Ross takes the penalty and scores. No need. Just went in and just went bleh, for no reason. Just gifting him a goal. So I was disappointed to draw this game because we should have had 2 or 3 by this moment. But Bum the Jar, as you can see, he gets on it, beats a man, puts his foot on it, and then the delivery is just delicious, man. It is delicious. He played a couple of balls in like that Sahora should have scored off from earlier, and it was really, really, really good. Since you were out, I played the Palmer. We moved and we are in the 3rd season. We beat Udinese in the first match day, and we're in Europe. That's unreal and good to see you. As always, though, YouTube, links down below. We are live on stream. You want to check us out, go give us that follow and like, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are enjoying the challenge here of the Rise of Nation here in Denmark. Anyway, like I said, we're going to play OB and Vigel because there are 2 teams there that I think we can beat. On paper, on the season preview, OB is okay. Vigel, we've beaten in the past when they were in the division below with us 2 seasons ago. And then obviously this coach game, their transfers haven't been like great, but they've been some good ones, right? They've got this guy in at fullback who's decent. This guy's okay. This guy's not bad. Salou is really good. Is listed on loan from Randers as well. And this guy from Bromby is really good on loan as well. So credit where credit is. They've recruited, right? But they're still going to play this 5 at the back system. And you guys know from when I've spoke about playing them last season. If you score first to get them, it's great. The longer it stays 0-0, they'll find a way to FM you because they're defensively really solid. Anyhow, though, our team is not changed too much. I don't have a right back to put in or Callum would come out, but I'm just hoping he gets through this poor form. Bubba and Tony have played really well together. Tony looks like quite the centre-back, it has to be said, and starting to develop. I'm really happy with Larson's training. Look at him. He's the key prospect for a reason. I think this guy could be the bee's knees as well. We have gone with Kenny in there. Anderson comes back in. I did drop him for Yep. Anderson had a pretty poor game. Bub and the Jars looked insane and starting to develop too. Christian Ramilson didn't have the best of game last time out, but looks obviously too good to drop. Frank's been amazing. And then you've got obviously Zahora, who looks really good, starting to bang in the goals. And I want this guy to stay forever and ever and ever, but I don't think it's going to happen. Raza on the bench, and the backup keeper. Sorara's, Mortensen, Hansen, Hukic, the Shoe, and Henrik Dus there as well. And hopefully it'll be okay. Our save's going well, Nun. If we can win... Well, look, we've got 3 games here. If we can take 6 points out of 3 games here in the Vigil game, whatever happens, I'm happy. Right? At the same time, if we got 4 points, it's not the worst. If I think only winning 1 game here today out of the 3 games that are the most winnable in our season would be quite annoying. Anyhow, in terms of the 3 teams, I think if you gave me 3 teams, it would be OB, Vigil, and probably Randers over... Sorry, Coge, Vigil and Randers probably over OB, but OB on paper is a team that we can do. We can do it against. They actually got 1 less on the bench, which kind of makes me think they are in a little bit of injury crisis. And Robin Onstrom, our former centre-back, is there still here. I know Ibsen is not in the team, and he's in the under-23s because he's leaving on a free. And I'm not tempted, but at the same time, I don't mind. Anyway, I am going to go out there, going to ask what the assistant thinks here, and I will go and press because that's what we do. And hopefully we'll be okay here. No business, I'm kind of done. Zahora's unbelievable. And every match is on TV, and financially, I cannot state this enough. We are losing, some months we're losing only 10k a month, and some months we're making like 5k a month. So we're pretty break even this season. We're going to end the season with like 300k plus in the budget. We could get quite a transfer budget next season. If we can stay in this division this season, we're going to really have a base to really make the 6 next year, I feel. And then from there, the saves is going to change into a whole new level because we're going to have money. Important to note today that OB have brought 10,000 people because this is the new firm derby here in Denmark. And hopefully we play well in front of 10,000 people. Only 1,000 of our fans too, so we're well outweighted. But here we are. Anyway, Bubba Cullen finds Kenny, and Kenny with the ball into Ramiusen. He chips. Zahore in. Early minutes. Zahore, big chance straight at the keeper. Had to hit that earlier. As soon as he brought it closer to the keeper, narrowed the angle for himself. If he hit that one earlier across keeper, it was definitely on. Big moment. Unfortunately for ourselves, it has not found the back of the net. But a good start from us nonetheless. And look, games that we're on top of, I'm moving the positive very early. It has to be done. Games where I am struggling, sure, I'll stay on balance for a bit longer. And usually we wait till the 20th minute no matter what. Ball and a half by Callum Zahore. Oh my, he's hit the bar and it's blocked. How have you missed that? Bum the jar. Might do a job here. Gets down the line, gets tackled. Referee says no pen, which it never was. And if it went the VAR, it shouldn't be in. And that is the highlight. That is annoying. Zahore should eat that alive. Hopefully you had a good shower, Chev up. Hopefully you did. 25 minutes played. A flares in the crowd. The boys, we've got flares. We've got pyros. The fans are going nuts. It's a big firm derby. The fans are loving it here in Denmark. We have Pyro. I love it. And I don't love that, though. It's a good ball from the keeper. And Sabi's in here. Robert, I need you to make a save. Good boy. He's been a little bit lacklustre, the keeper. He's made some decent saves at times, but he's letting a lot of stuff. And in that Bromby game, could have bailed us out a couple of times, I feel, as well. And something that Razza did last season, but Razza's a 2-star keeper and can't move at the moment. So, yeah. And he wants to leave. Anyhow, though. 30 minutes played, we were the better team for the first 20. OB coming back into it now, and I seem to have dealt with the pressure a little bit. Zahora really needed to score. Early chance, he's missed a lot. Anyway, Frank, ball in back stick. Zahora will hunt it down. We're not known for our set-piece ability, but the ball in. Bum the jar! Oh, he's headed over. Should have been his first of the year. The flare is still flying on this far side as well. I would love to see it behind the goal. Oh, we've got one that's been put out behind the goal. The Marshals are doing everything to keep it under control here. We're losing the crowd, boys. The crowds they're up. They're erupting. The flares are going. The chants are flying. It's probably what's going on. Anyhow, it's half-time. It's 0-0. The flares seem to be put out at the moment. I love a little bit of a flare. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've never lit one. I've never been around one. I've seen them at the soccer, obviously. If you do that, if you light one in your lifetime in Australia, you get a life ban. I really think there should be active supporter groups in Australia and around Europe and let them go loose. Great atmosphere. Anyway, Jebiol, ball in. What a hit. We are 1-0 down in the derby. We really should have been 1-0 up. Instead, we are 1-0 down. And Petter Akinason from distance smacks one in. And this is what I mean. This is why we're up against it. We didn't finish the chances. Zahore really should have scored. Didn't. And now it's 1-0 to OB. Looks like the fans are a little bit more subdued now. Anyway, Roberts finds Roberts. It's Roberto to Roberts. Kenny, though, good ball. Frederick Anderson loves bombing on here. So good ball towards... No, it wasn't. I thought he picked out Zahore. Instead, that's really poor from Frederick Anderson. In the end, Sevenson. Anderson does well to get behind the ball, but it falls back to him. And if they make it 2-0 here inside 2 minutes, then it's trouble. And it could be trouble. It's Bruno. Good ball here. Sabi, big chance. It is in. The flag hasn't gone up, but VAR is checking. And hopefully VAR comes to the rescue here, really. Apparently it is offside. It's no goal. Would be close. Made a very good diagonal run. He is just off, though. Credit to the linesman not putting the flag up. Another highlight straight away. If he can get the goal to get back to 1-1, I'll stay in the system. Forget about the 65th, I'll start changing anyway. Zahore gets on it. There's a good ball here to bump the jar. He's quick to creation. He's inside. We need him to go for goal, and he does. It's a good save from the keeper. We're not known for our set-piece ability. But yeah, we're really unlucky. We played really well today. Zahore really needs to do better. Anyway, bum the jar. Good ball in. Anderson not known for his... We get hit on the break too often from corners. Anyway, Larson, Christensen, Frederick Anderson getting into the box. Tackles. Ball in. Zahore doesn't pop it in. Wow, man. He's goal side. Just swing the boot. He's having a shocker up there, the star man. Anyway, good run here. Frank doesn't win it. Saying that it's a poor ball and Frank put some pressure on, but they're able to build out. Somehow we have not scored in that highlight, and they're actually on it. They're on it too. There's a ball through. Keeper, Robert. Good boy. Good boy, Roberto. And he goes long. And that's a great ball. Zahore's in 1v1. Come on, son. I need you to score. Come on, lads. The flare go off. The flares are off. The boys are level. And here we go. There's flares in the stands. The fans are loving it. We're back level in the derby. And there we are. It's 1-1 against OB. It's Route 1 for 1-1. And Zahore has missed a couple of sitters, but he gets on that one. And there we go. Good kick from the keeper as well. And it has to be said, I am going to move Frederick Anson further forward. And I'm going to get Yeppy like for like into here. And there we go. Corner, but that's surely because I'm making a highlight. Yes, it is. Making a change, I should say. Bum the Jars had his best of game out there. You know who's coming on, boys. You already know. The shoe is warming up and the shoe is on. And here he goes. Bum the Jars been really good of late, but not had his best of game today. Hopefully the shoe can do a job. It's a highlight here. And Tony Christensen has been really good so far this season. That ball towards Zahara. Zahara did... Oh, that's a ball and a half. Oh, they got the cut back. Oh, that's a goal. What a tackle, Bubba. Robert does well and gets up. Robert, what keeping? Can get it away. Jensen, Anderson, Kenny just thumps. Wow, we need to watch that back. Just watch that back. That is huge. That is huge. The cut back, the block from Bubba, and Robert gets back in position. That is massive. We've got another highlight here from the throw-in. Good ball in too. Jabal, can they get a swing? They do. It's cleared away by Bubba. Kenny doesn't win it. Bubba heads again. The shoe's good, and the shoe knows what he's doing in this situation. He knows how to find Zahore too. The shoe's surrounded by 5 or 6. What a ball. Zahore, big chance, big moment. From 1-0 down in the derby, it's 2-1. It's the shoe yet again. He is the definition of clutch. The shoe is the embodiment of this football club. That man that never dies, this scrappy little guy, this scrappy electrician from part-time football. He just never fails to deliver. Off the bench, what a touch, 4 around, and pick that ball out. And Zahore goes, thank you very much, buddy. I'll slot that one for you. And it is all of a sudden 2-1 SFB, and it's a highlight because it's too early to go defensive here. Anyway, Fernandez punts it. Had a bit more time than he realised, but, you know, it doesn't bother me. We back to the keeper. Force him long. Don't let him play out. Force him long, Zahora. Force him long. Good boy. Now we can deal with it here. Bubba's good in the air, but that's a poor header. And that is a big moment, Robert. I need you. In the end, don't need him if he's going to put it that far wide. Double change for them. Time is ticking away here. Think it has to be done. The more defensive system is in. 2 ball-winning midfielders on defend. We're going to go to that. We're going to do Mortensen into here. And Larson's going to come in as the defensive midfielder on defend. And the shoe's just going to do what he has to do as well. I'm actually going to take Anderson off here. And we are going to bring Suarez into the middle of the park as well. Just a bit more defensive and waste time as much as possible. This is a big moment to hold on here. There's enough time for OB. We're inviting pressure and it's a highlight, and that's not good. Unless it's Zahore taking this down, which it wasn't. Oh my God, the shoe's going to beat 5 guys. Oh, never mind. You got excited. When you see the shoe's name pop up, you get excited. Anyway, we just need to hold on here. I'm not a big fan of going defensive before like the 90th, but it's gone high and wide. The reason I do it is to force them to shoot from distance. Anyway, can we make one more change? Or yeah, everyone made 4 changes. All right. Time ticks. Come on, get home, boys. Get home. That is a massive win from 1-0 down. We come back. We win 2-1. Zahora with a double. The shoe, though, comes off the bench for an assist. He doesn't mind this division. Top flight? Yeah, easy. That's a massive win in regards of our season. Moving this Virgil game now full of confidence. And then we got Coach as well. After that, we got a game in between all of that too. Like Sonder something. But yeah, that is a massive performance and a massive win for us. That puts us right on the right track. You know, I'm absolutely pleased with that. What a comeback. Absolutely ecstatic I am with that. We move up in the 6th, but the league is really close. But I'm already looking at Coach on 1 point. I'm on 7. Right, here we go. The more points we can put on the kitty away from Coach, the more that we have to worry about just then beating 11th. And no, we're not going to finish bottom of the division. And that's obviously a big thing to probably keep my job. Nonetheless, I feel like if we finish bottom, we get sacked, and finish second bottom and go down, it's okay. Anyway, Zahora, praise him. I want you to stay for as long as possible. If the game crashes because I'm trying to praise him, I swear to God, I will be livid. All right, good. You're Good in front of goal last time. Thanks, mate. There we go. I'm going to save the game there as well. All right, YouTube. We'll see you guys in a second here for the Vigil game. Last time we played, we absolutely FM'd them too. We won 2-1. That was the year they got promoted. Hopefully, we can do something very similar again. 6 points from 2 games. Look, we put ourselves in position, and I would love to see it. Welcome back to part 2 of this episode here, YouTube. We do have Vigil in this game. A game that, on paper, we match up decently against it, but they're having a great year. Second thing is, in my headphones, I've got the cricket, so if you see me look down or react to something, the new ball, Shay's just taking the new ball against India in a day-night test match. It's zipping around. I'm not missing that. Anyhow, we are live on stream, and away we go. Important to note, our finances, 400k in the balance. We were up to like 495 as well at one stage as well. Because we made like 95k from the revenue of the last game. I don't know if we can see it in the Gates receipts last season, or last game. But yeah, like TV revenue's been going through the roof. Made 147 last month. You can see what's going on, and I really do love it. I think there's really a lot of money to be made, and the Belgian league, the Danish league, if you go by profile, is 23rd in the world. By memory on previous FMs, I don't know if it is the same anymore, but I really know on FM 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, especially 18 when I did the Icelandic save, until they get to the top 10, you get a new TV deal, which is worth a ton. And then if you're in the top 10, you get a big TV deal, and, that'd be massive for us. In terms of the team, pretty unchanged from when we last played as well. Important to note that Ben is back from injury, but nothing really wrong. Second thing I am going to note here is that we're well over the wage budget, but I've had a lot of clubs come in for a lot of my better youth. And what is happening now, if I don't offer them a contract, they will leave on a free because they want a full-time contract. So I don't want to lose them. Anyone that's 5-star, I've kind of had to put an offer in it. It's now caused me to be about £1,000 over the budget. I'm getting a bit annoyed at that because we do have so much in the budget that if the board just said, hey, here's an extra 10k, right, I could probably do enough and see what is going on. Anyway, in terms of the team, unchanged, and hopefully we find ourselves on the right side of a win here today. I'm going to leave the shoe as a super sub, but if Bum the Jar doesn't play well, or Zahore doesn't play well, expect to see maybe the shoe maybe get another start. Important to note, Ben Nilsson doesn't make the bench. He's come back from injury, but I am going to kind of use him in the reserve / under 19s till he's fit, and hopefully does well. This guy here is insane. I don't have any which way to tell you. I'll show you him. It's all about keeping Bareka quiet. If you keep Bareka quiet, you do a job. But if Bareka does do the job, then you're in trouble. Just have a look at him. He is unreal. He is, for this level, rapid and knows how to score goals, and he just carves up the league 5-5. Like, it's all about making sure he doesn't do a job. They also have Mukoli in the middle. He's not a bad little player as well. And they're a very, very good team. Ibrahim Cisse, people may know who he is, the Guinean international as well. And yeah, so they're a very good side, and on paper definitely deserve to be where they are. I want this guy as my full Toros first-time goalkeeper, and this year has Sevenson. I mean, he doesn't play. I'm hoping that his contract, he runs it down, and then I can make an offer for him because I want him. I think he would be the guy that I would leave here for about 5 years playing first-team football, would probably develop into a pretty good Danish keeper that I could use maybe internationally and obviously in Europe. As you can see here, they are currently second playing in this 4-4-1-1 system, which is very similar to the 4-2-3-1 that we play. In terms of that, we played a bit deeper and then looked to press. They just naturally sit deep because they're 4-4-1-1. Anyhow, into the kickoff we go. And there we are. It is SFB in the white, Vigil in the red. And away we go. We get ourselves a highlight from kickoff, do we? Yes, we do. Zahore finds Frederick Anderson, who, look, we do lack a fullback either side, and we do lack probably a box-to-box midfielder. I had to sell Vilhomosa to make all these transfers, though. And there we are. Anyway, Zahore is in. His touch was poor, though. It was definitely a chance for Zahore to get in. Larson has been growing really well. Just looks for Zahore long, and in the end, Zahore really should have done well and put that on trouble. That is gone. Josh Hazelwood, that's a wicket. That's why I've got this in. Anyway, Nielsen, though, picks it up. This is why I had the cricket in the headphones. It's another LBW. And Hazelwood with a wicket. Anyway, Kenny wins the header. Bum the Judge doesn't get there, though. And maybe be a chance for them to go down the line. And he keeps going here, Carl. Good ball in too. Cleared away though, and Frank is quick, and Frank is growing, and Frank is running. And still Frank. Come on, Frank. Still running, Frank. The 17 speeder Frank. Gets to the byline, cuts it. Keeper spills it, Zahore puts it in. And there we go. It's 1-0. Johan Zahore. Frank, though, what a run. From length of the field, gets to the byline, looks to cut, does cut. Keeper actually does well to sort of cut the cross out, but didn't do enough with it. And it is 1-0 SFB. And I'm telling you, if we win this game here, we really are in a very good stead. 15 minutes played, looking okay. D. Nola goes short, in at the Cole's back. Finds there Aristos. Riss. And here's ball to Larsson, Christensen. Larsson. Christensen as well. Into Robert. Into Fernandez. Finds Christensen again. And Robert finds Fernandez. We move it around well. Do need to find a forward pass here at some stage. Well, look, we're keeping it well, but how many passes? In the end, Robert does look long. And it's just given back to us then. Callum just punts it back to them. That's where we needed to get forward. Anyhow, Bakareka. Arist. Jacobson. Into Goodland. Good ball back stick. Headed at goal, but that's going to be wide. Robert was well confident. I was a little bit less confident. Look, we're moving the ball around well and doing okay. I am going to move us to positive here at 1-0 up. And Mukioli puts a ball in back stick, and that's 1-0. That's 1-0. That is poor marking at the back stick. Don't know what that is. That is pretty poor from us. And it's 1-0. Pretty unlucky to be at 1-1 here. We don't concede too many set pieces. Anyway, Robert, Fernandez. Needs to hit feet. Finds Callum. Callum now. Good into Kenny. Kenny can find feet as well. Looks back along to Fernandez. Fernandez in the end has to punt to relieve pressure. And this is the problem, is that we're just not finding the out ball into the middle of the park. No one's getting on it. No one's doing enough. And now Bakareka now. Kenny wins it back. And Forsberg now puts a ball into the channel here for Zahore. Not much around with him. Looking inside, gets to the byline and then goes for goal. I am going to make a slight tactical tweak. I'm actually going to move Federic into a deeper line playmaker here on support. I just need him to kind of drop and get on the ball and move it. I feel like he's getting caught a little bit high, especially when Bubba's on the ball. We're finding it very hard to play out. Anyway, halftime 1-1. I need to get a midfielder dropping in between the line. In between this line here, getting on the ball, breaking that line, and then turning and facing forward. But at the moment, it's not happening. Carl's ball cleared away by Federic Anderson. Zahore, if you ever wanted it, never did. Could have just turned and ran, mate. Anyway, Cisse, good ball. Should be Fernandez, it is. It's Zahore now. Finds Anderson. And here's ball back to Christensen. He looking for Ramiulson and finds him. We got numbers here with Frank. Frank looking for Zahore. The ball was on, but in the end, unfortunate, didn't find him. Anyway, gets on it again. Good touch from him. Or maybe it wasn't. Never mind. Fernandez and Roberts. Finds Federic Anderson. And Kenny now. Finds Callum. Good ball in the bum the jar. And he can beat a man. We've seen it before. And anyway, Roberts again. Ball to Federic Anderson. Looks for Christian Ramiulson. Federic Anderson. Good ball out to Frank. He's quick. First time effort. Didn't expect myself. In the end, it was the half volley that's gone well wide. In the end, 55 minutes played. 1-1. Very even game. Callum Roberts froze. Cleared away. Only as far as Kenny. Kenny now. Good ball into Fernandez. He looking for Zahore. Won't find him like that. But Federic Anderson dropping deeper. Gets on it. Frank now. We got the overlap in the end. Boom the jug. Made something or nothing. But it's going to be them on the break now. And Carl was back. What a run. Good tackle, though, from Callum Robertson, but falls back to him. And a very cut and thrust game. One team goes, the other one comes back at him. Bakareka. We've kept him quiet, but at the same stage, he can turn a game on its dime at any stage. And Dinola can get a ball in across the box if he really wants. Carl's back. He's got a chance to lift one. He does. It's headed. It's in. Just, look, we've had our moments and we've been on the ball and we've looked decent. And then just down the other end, just a little bit sloppy, a little bit lackluster. You know, everything seems to come down our right-hand side. I just don't think we have good enough fullbacks, and that's probably where we need to sign in the future. Is definitely at fullback, and something I did try to look for and couldn't find. Bumner just had a shocker here 60 minutes in. I don't like making changes during highlights, but the shoe's going to come in. Look, all I'm going to say is that Bumner's first two games was really good, and since then, we've come in to this YouTube episode, and Bumner has done bugger all. in the end. Cullen Roberts, Fernandez now. Good ball. Looking for Zahore. Robinson saying hi. I don't mind that. And he gets on it here. He's good on the ball too. The ball to Frank, though, was really poor. We're just lacking a good ball and lacking numbers around Zahore, which is not like this system. This system usually gets good numbers around Zahore. As a good ball in a back, I reckon he's quick in and he keeps it in very well. And in the end, they've got numbers too. Ball in, cleared away. And in the end, it will fall to Frederick Anderson. He's going on a run here. Not his strongest suit, but man, that's poor. It's game over. We're not good enough. We're not good enough. It's not happening here today. And yeah, we'll be lucky if this is not 3-1 now. Because they've got Bakareka at the back stick. We've left him alone. There he is. Don't know what's happened, but since half time, first half was alright. Since half time, we can't make a freaking... Can't do anything. We'll go to that. The shoe will stay out wide. And Yep's going to come in there for Anderson. We're going to swap these two around as well. Just go to the 4-4-2 and see if we can get anything. For 1-0 up, very even game. Since half-time, we can't make a pass. Every pass has just been to nothing. These long hits, nothing. So, if you score right now, we've got a chance. Doesn't. But all of a sudden, the second half, we just went direct. And initially, I actually thought, oh, good, the deep line playmaker's working because Anderson's getting on the ball. And then everything was just horrid. Anyway, time's ticking away here. The 4-4-2 isn't really working either. Go to something that I know. Let's really look over the top. Really go direct. Apparently Callum is injured here. We'll go to that. I did just do that, didn't I? Stupid game. Anyway, we've been decent. Just not good enough in front of goal and not good enough at the back. And that equals that you lose. Wow, that is so lucky. Thank God it's offside. Bit annoying this. We've seen too many of these games this season. 12 shot 6. Been okay. Just the ball movement has been a little bit too direct. I know the board likes direct football, but a lot of the times we get the ball facing forward and we can place a horse feet or we can slap a midfielder and we're just going punt. That's what's cost us this game here, is that we just give the ball back to the opposition too many times there. We really could have just really controlled that game a lot better. We didn't. I'm actually very disappointed in that. 1-0 up against second. I feel like we should, and against a team that we've historically done well against, I feel like we should do a lot better there. I really do feel like we should do a lot better there in that game. In the end, that's going to leave us sitting 8th on 7 points. But yet again, you know, we're clear of AGF by 4 and Codes by 6, which is a good spot to be in. But that's an opportunity missed. But Jill go top. But yeah, and we actually lose Cameron Roberts as well. And we don't have a right back now as well. So yeah, it's a tough time at the moment here. We've been good and we've been bad in games. We've been good and we've been bad. I don't have an actual right back to actually play. It's the one thing I was hoping would never happen, is the right back. We've had no money. The board's given us freaking nothing, and I can't find a right back of quality. So, and now this has happened. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side for the Coach game. Welcome back, YouTube. It is the final part of this episode. We do play Coach in a game that I feel like, if we want to stay up, is a must-win game. It's at home against a fellow club that got promoted with us. We need to go out there and we need to win it. In the game that you guys didn't see, we did draw to Sonda 1-1. Played very, very meh. We scored a very nice goal though, and until half-time looked pretty decent. And then after that, just after half-time, they came and battered us. It's unfortunate that we conceded a penalty really early doors. It's another fullback mistake. This time it's Lawrison just brings down his man really early. But in the end, good run, good cut back from Frank. And Anderson plays well. Frank's arguably been one of our best players, I think, this season. Like, he's been developing A, really well. B, I think he's been playing a lot better than that 6.69, but yeah, it is what it is. I think Frank is going to be quite the footballer, and I cannot wait to see how much more he can grow. But then they scored a pen. We played pretty much on the pretty much sporadically with the ball, had maybe one or two chances, but that was it. They really did dominate us. It's not going to show me the stats here, is it? I just want to show you the stats, but apparently not. Yeah. It's all right, we'll do this. There we are. But yeah, in the end, we actually switched this system into the 4-4-1-1 system that we have that's loaded up as a defensive time wasting. If we're down to 10 men, use this system sort of thing. And then we actually put it 5 at the back and played for the draw. We're about like 5 minutes out of time to go. We got the draw. I just feel like it's important to stick with them and stick on 8 points, especially with AFG on 3 points and Coach on 2, that the more points that we get ahead of them, the better it is. We do play at the same time as AFG. They do play for Jill, and we should have really done some damage against Virgil. Bromby, however, scored 2 goals in the same minute. Aaron Bill, who's on his way to Montpellier, is getting a goal for FC Midtjylland. Anyhow, we are going to stick with a very similar lineup. Yeah, Hansen needs to learn how to play this role. He's a promising midfielder now, and he's been developing really well of late. So I want to get him playing as much football as possible. In terms of the rest of the team, I feel like we're going to keep it the same. Once everyone kind of gets an understanding, and once I think we play our best football, we're okay. The problem for me is that we're that far over the wage budget. I don't think the board's really going to like me too much, but there is not much that I can really do about it, and that is really it. Yep is still not happy with that, but I feel like, look, we need to play our way. We need to play our system. We need to go and win this game. This is a must-win game. We can definitely not afford to lose this game, but we feel like that we must win this game. Score prediction in the chat. Coach have the ability to FM teams. We already know this. We know that they definitely do it a lot, but hopefully we can go out there, press them out of it, and there we go. I think Rangers are going to start up easy. And we're going to see, hopefully, that they don't score. But yeah, we've been patchy, lost, draw, win. So if anything, this is a must. This is a game that we will win. But yeah, Koji can barely score at the moment in the division. They've got some decent players in, but yeah, I feel like that we should win this game. Their goal difference is a little bit lacking. Ours isn't particularly great, but this is not a bad day to go out here, score early and dominate. Lockers reckons we win 1-0 in a scrappy one. Burger reckons we win 2-1, and Dim reckons we win 3-1 with an early goal. I would take an early goal and run, but at the same stage, I don't think it's going to come. I feel like we've defensively been really poor this season. That's going to be a bit of a scrap fest. As I say, this is Anderson's running forward, and we got numbers. Zahore may have been this fraction offside, but the flag stays down. It is an early goal, and Zahore, who has missed a lot of chances this season, gets his 6th for the year, and just shows that even with him not being his clinical best, he's already scored 6 this season. And look, good run from Frederick Anderson. When he wants to, he plays this role so well, this box-to-box role. Just when he wants to, he's really poor in it. In the end, we beat the keeper, and Koja 1-0 down. I'm going to move us straight to positive as well after the goal and really nullify them on the break by being positive. And Hansen now finds Kenny. That's because we just look to be not hit on the break as much in positive than on balanced, according to what it says in the game. Anyway, Jeppe Hansen, I have him on this side because he can deliver a ball. Frederick Anderson volleys. It's his 2nd of the year. And this is why I like him in the box-to-box, is because in any other midfield role, I feel like we lose him a little. In the box-to-box, it allows him to get forward and into the opposition area where he does his best work, which is striking balls at goal. And anyway, Jeppe Hansen is out there because he has the ability to deliver this, where Callum Roberts, getting forward, can sometimes lose his ray. Jeppe Hansen can play that wing-back role, and I really hope he learns it. Anyway, 2-0 inside 15 minutes. It's good to be out there and good to get this sort of start, but they have a chance here, Mel Galvis, and he beats his man. It's a decent ball, but Robert does well. I would love to keep a clean sheet, but that's not going to happen. Anyway, Robert, what a throw, and Christensen got a turn, and, well, I tell you what, Bun Janar has got numbers to cut this bat to. In the end, he's got himself and Snore. How many times did we see that last year, Snore making a save at his near stick? In the end, I think Bub should just cut that to the back stick for Frank, but didn't find him. Anyway, speaking about Frank, he's going to sweep up here, and that's going to be the highlight. We really should be probably 3-0 up. In the end, though, Frank going on a run, his ball in's blocked. I'm hoping that this is a highlight. Frank is rapid, by the way. Is getting on it again. Highlight's still going here, though, and Kenny now. Looking there, it's cleared away. If they win the flick on, they might go on the break here. Jordan, this does worry me. In the end, Fernandez, that is such a smart foul. It is a very smart foul. I know he's probably going to cop a booking for that, but that is a definition of a smart foul. Anyway, short, Bunda Jadar, Tony Christensen heads, but straight at Snore. And that's why I prefer the short corner, because you get a bit more attacking highlights than that. Anyway, they go long. Kenny wins it, and Bubsy on the ball goes Bubs, and he beats a man. This is what he's good at, and he's still going Bubs. Getting to the ball, and his ball in his block. Jeppe Hansen can whip a ball. Beats his man. Back to Kenny. Kenny, can he recycle? Not much really on for him, actually. Out of all the passes, he picked that one. You just got to lump that one into the box. They're going to score because Kenny's made a mistake. Robert, I need you. That's all because Kenny just panicked. Fuck me, Kenny. He's had a shocking year this year. He has not been the step up to the level. I expected this guy. I expected Kenny this year to be like really good, full-time contract, very, very physical, knows how to win the ball back. Oh yeah, he'd be good this year. He has been nothing but piss poor. And that's solely on him, that goal. They've done nothing, and then he's gone and given the ball away, and it's just a 2 against 2, and there you are. And if we get FM'd, and Coach know how to FM us, Kenny's fault. Never, ever, ever should give up a chance like that against them, ever. You know, at worst comes to worst, if you can't play the ball, just lump it into the box. Worst comes to worst, at least when we got numbers behind the ball. Anyway, so Jorge going on a run. Weird place to start the highlight of us so far forward, so I would imagine it's them winning the ball and going on the break. And here they go. In the end, Ramirelson gets back on it, and Kenny now gave the mistake before. Plays a bit of a better pass this time. Thanks, mate. And you can go wide instead. He looks for Zahora over the top with volleys in our goal, and it's going to count. And look, Kenny, at fault for the first goal for them, but for our third goal, that is insane from you, and that is 3-1, and he makes up for it. See, if you just absolutely bag him, he does something. Anyway, we've seen this enough times from Kenny that he loves this sport. It's a great ball over the top, but Zahora won't miss that. Once he gets a clean volley on it, he will not miss it. And in the end, we get our 2-goal lead is exactly what we need. And we are 3-1 to the good and dominating the game. And this is a must-win game for us. We need to show that our quality is better, and that's a goal. Hat somehow stayed out, a little bit offside. We defensively been really good from set pieces, but this season we've been horrid. In the end, though, hopefully this is just 4-1 and we can kill this game off a little. That's a poor throw from Yet, but Kenny wins it. He swings it in first time, and Frank shouldn't miss. Doesn't miss. The composure of Frank to actually take a touch and just steady himself here instead of blasting this one through bodies. Just watch it. Just watch the touch in here. I'm going to let the dog through in a second. These guys can probably hear that. She can't make her mind up. She wants to be in it. But watch this touch. See, he's here, he realises, and then he just stops the ball just to go, okay, I'll slot it this corner now that the keeper's committed and done. It's 4-1. It's a great finish from Frank. Cheeky, I'm in the middle of an episode. Come on. Anyway, ball through. Severston goes long, should be our ball. Somehow Jordan still has it. Effiong, Ambrose. If they get a goal now, there's too much time in the game to relax. Strand. Anyway, Rary Wilson gets on it, and Jeppe Hansen, I think, has had a really good game out of fullback. Looks for Zahora in the channel and finds him. And Frank is quick, and Frank's away, and Frank's at goal, and Frank can hit. We've seen him score goals from here already this season, unfortunately for ourselves. He didn't score then, but, you know, we're looking okay out there. Anyway, Melg into Effoing. Still in the Melg. Picked off there by Ramirelson, Christensen. He's had a good game there. And Tony, in the end, was put under pressure by Zahora, but he does well. And Frank beats one, and he beats two, and away he goes with that 17 speed. Gets to the byline. What a cutback. And Bubjanar gets his first goal for the club. It's 5-1 here against Coge. All Frank, and that's why we love Frank so much. He has the ability to drop the shoulder and go. Look, he just picks it up and says, okay, afterburners now, see ya. And he just leaves 3 guys in his wake. The ball was well weighted. And there is Bubjanar. But Frank, what a run. What a ball in. And Bubjanar gets his first goal for the club. And arguably their best player, Romelu, decides to get on in 60 minutes. And there we go. It's 5-1 now. It's now all about, can we just keep it solid here and get some goal difference back if we can. Anyway, Mel Garver's picked off there by Larson, but only as far as the third centre-back. It's a good ball into the channel, but Tony wins. Zahore comes deep and gets on it. And he finds Frederick Anderson. And unlike the last couple of games where we've been a little bit lackluster going forward, this time we've got numbers around Zahore. Zahore's been coming deep, and we've been doing okay. As we say this, as Jordan's in, and he puts it wide. Wow. Really think he should score there. But in the end, we're looking good. Highlight from the goal kick, and Bubba's on it. And he finds Jeppe Hansen. And this is where I think his distribution, everything's better than Callum Roberts. And in the end, it's a good ball into the channel. Zahore won't find it, though. He just didn't have enough on it. If he put a bit more on it, it may have found him. But in the end, we're having a really good game out there. And Snore goes long. Bubba doesn't win it. And Yeppe's beat. And Jordan with a chance. And he bangs it in. And yet again, it's not game over. It's just not game over. Wish it was game over. It's not. Kenny's going to come off. Rumson's going to come in. Hookic in for Christensen. He's played a lot of minutes of late, Christensen. And Hookic needs to Get go. And there we are. As Dim types in, we're not going to chuck 4 goals away. We concede, so it's not game over for me. And there we are. Anyway, Romelu now. It's a highlight from kickoff. Anyway, Tony thumps it, but anywhere but there. It's a corner, and all of a sudden they score from the corner. You never know. I'm just hoping this highlight just ticks over. Courage aren't known for their goal-scoring ability in this 5-at-the-back system, but it is what it is. Anyway, time is ticking away. 77 minutes played. I'm going to get the shoe on. I actually haven't played the shoe. I was going to play the shoe up front, but Zahora's on a hat-trick, and I will get Frank off as well and just rotate the big boys up top. With 12 minutes to go, we might even find ourselves one more goal. I don't think we're going to drop the game. I've said that now, that we're not going to drop the game from here. If they score now, I don't know. If they score now, my fault. If they score now and come back, my fault. Because I literally said I don't think we're going to drop the game from here. Be my fault, boys. Fernandez clears. This probably could be our highlight. Zahora takes it down. He does. The shoe knows how to get forward, boys. That's a poor ball. Here we go. Gets long. Picked off by Fernandez. Zahora's in here. Come on, make it 6-2. He does. Good finish. And there we go. We've got our 4 goal difference back. And that actually gives us back in a positive goal difference. We hold on. And in the end, it's 6-2 and game over. And there we go. 83 minutes played on the clock. Win the ball there. It's just punted forward, but Zahora does so well. And this is where he's so good, is he does finish a lot of his chances. We've been working on his finishing here. And there we are. And in the end, Koji have been absolutely whacked. It's good to see. Can we find some chances late doors, or is this going to just tick away? It is going to tick away. It's a 6-2 win round out the episode. And that just gives us a little bit more confidence. Zahora gets himself a hat-trick here in the Superliga as well. Just kind of shows what we're going to miss when we can't re-sign him and he's going to leave on a free, but what a player is Johan Zahora. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Such a positive result. Players are getting off. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm pretty happy with that. In terms of the result, it actually puts us into 6th. But there's still games to be played. We're not fighting for this top 6. We know that. We're just all about finish anywhere between 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Don't finish 11th, 12th by the end of the season. And then just look to just tick off games and stay up. In the end, though, AGF lost, and Coach, obviously, we just pumped. So it's another game where we've creeped some points away. And, at the moment, Coach look like they're definitely going down, and AGF not been great. And we did beat them in pre-season. They've been established in the division for a while, AGF too, I think, if I go have a look at them quickly. So it's maybe a little bit of a shock that they've kind of finished 8th, 7th, 9th. They've been on this up climb, and then all of a sudden, they find themselves really low in the table. They do have European football this season, which probably hurts them more than it does help them, because they're not a team that's really going to stay in the league altogether too easy. And now that they've started really poor, they have been poor. It's good for us because now we've got points on the bag, and there we go. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the episode, lads. Obviously a very good episode as well. And you can see here, money-wise, we're doing okay. After every game, we're kind of staying about where we are. And it's good to see. And so I'm very pleased with his contribution. I'm not going to bag in Tyrone Wiesman. I'm not going to say I wouldn't swap him for any player. I wouldn't even swap him for Sadio Mane. He's absolutely tremendous. Very impressive was Liam's performance. I don't know about him. Obviously, we're going to play attacking football because that's what we do. That is going to be that here for the episode, lads. I'll see you next time. Next episode is going to be... you guys didn't get to see Randers last time. I might play Copenhagen Helsingers, who we got in the first round of the Cup. And that's a difficult tie. Then we got FC Midland as well. I might leave those 2 big boys for the second half of the season at home. I might come back for the AGF Randers game is what I'm thinking. Not too many games. I want to show you a lot more games first season in about the survival race. There's a big game there. AGF and Randers. We've already played Randers and beaten. We've got a good record against Randers. AGF, though, is a team that if we win that one there at home, I'm saying to you right now, we're starting to creep away and get into that spot where you just think that you've got enough kind of gap that you shouldn't go down. But that's all depending on what happens with AGF and if they start winning games or not, and if we can get anything out of Copenhagen or FC Midland. Anyway, from Dave and everybody else here, like, subscribe, links down below. I'll catch you next time. Thank you and goodbye.